Jace goes quantum. When my oldest son, Jace, finished graduate school, he went to work for a large company in Santa Barbara that made sophisticated cameras for the military. When he completed his contract, he moved to San Diego to work with a startup. After a while, though, he became disillusioned with the management and decided to leave the company and travel. He's a big wave surfer, so he came up with an elaborate plan to go all over Indonesia, Australia, and New Zealand for 7 months. He packed up his suitcase with the surfboards, and off he went. And he had the time of his life. After 6 months, he called me from New Zealand and said, "Dad, listen, I have to start thinking about what I'm going to do when I get back to the real world. I want to create a new and better job than my previous ones, but I want to do it differently. I've learned a lot from taking time off." "Okay," I responded. "There must be a potential in the quantum field that you can tune into that's related to a new job for you. Take out a piece of paper and write the letter J on it, and draw 2 squiggly lines around it to represent the electromagnetic field. Hang on, because you're going to be doing something similar in the meditation at the end of this chapter." Once he'd done that, I said, "That J is a symbol that represents a possibility. Your clear intention of the job you want. But now we have to get very clear on exactly what kind of job you want, so let's list what's important to you in this job. I want you to think about the conditions of what that letter J for new job means to you. Under that J, I want you to write the word intention and list the specifics of what you want in your new job. You can write down anything you want except when or how it is going to happen. I want to be able to work from anywhere in the world," he told me. "And I want to make the same amount of money I was making at my old job, or more. I want to have independent contracts for 6 months to a year, and I have to love what I do." "Good. Anything else?" I asked. "Yeah, I want to be my own boss and lead my own team," he said. "Okay, now you have your clear intention," I told him. "Every time you think of this letter J, can you associate the letter with the meaning you just gave it? All the specifics of what you want that you just listed?" He said he could do that. Then I asked him to think about how he was going to feel when it happened. "Next to or below your sub-intentions that you listed to get clear on your new job," I told him, "I want you to write elevated emotions, the energy of my future. Now let's list them one by one. What are they?" "Empowered, in love with life, free, and grateful," he told me, identifying the elevated emotions he would use to bring this job to him. All that was left was just making everything line up. Take a look at figure 3.6 to see what Jace did. You have plenty of time on your hands right now. You are not doing much but surfing and relaxing on vacation, I told him, so it should be easy for you to create your future. Will you commit to doing what it takes to broadcast a new signature into the field every day? He agreed. Then I reviewed with him the concept of finding the present moment and getting centered and raising his energy so that his energy could carry his intention for his future. Just hold that symbol in your mind's eye while you radiate that energy into the space beyond your body and space, I instructed, like tuning into a radio station and picking up a frequency that carries information. The longer your awareness lingers in this energy, or the longer you are conscious of the energy of your future, the more likely you will be to call the experience to you. So just tune in to the energy of your future every day. And remember, whatever you broadcast into the unified field is your experiment with destiny. When there is a vibrational match between your energy and the energy of this potential, it will find you. So Jace, can you stay there? "Yeah," he replied. This is how my son Jace created his new job. J is a symbol that represents a potential new experience. On the left side, under intention, he assigned specific conditions of the type of job he would like. On the right side, under elevated emotion, he assigned specific emotions he would feel when the experience happened. By combining these two elements, he changed his energy every day to draw his new job to him. And then, once you've been in that new state of being for some time, I want you to think about what you're going to do in your new job, I continued. What choices will you make? What things will you do? What experiences await you and how will they feel? I want you to live in that future reality in the present moment. Simply remember your future from that new state of being. Just as people tend to obsess about the worst thing that could happen to them in their lives every day, I was instead asking my son to obsess about some of the greatest things that could happen when his new job found him. Think about all the time you will have to surf, the traveling you can continue to do, the team of people you will work with, their strengths, and the money you can save for a new house and a new car, I encouraged him. Have fun with those ideas each day. Just like the piano players and the muscle exercisers that you read about in the last chapter, Jace was about to prime his brain and body to look as if the future he wanted had already occurred. And since where you place your attention is where you place your energy, I continued, I want you to invest your attention and your energy into that new future. And just as your body follows your mind to the shower every morning, to a known, if you keep doing this process, your body is going to follow your mind to an unknown. Jace agreed to do the meditation every day. 1 month later, he returned, and the moment he landed in Los Angeles, he texted me and asked, "Hey Dad, I'm in the US again. Can we talk?" Uh-oh, I thought. Here we go. So I called him, and I asked how things were going. "Great," Jace said. "But I kind of ran out of money. I don't know what I'm going to do." Now the father in me wanted to say, "Don't worry, son. I'll spot you some money until you get back on your feet." But the teacher in me prevailed and responded, "That's so cool, because now you're really going to have to create. Now you're in the unknown. Let me know how it goes." And I hung up. I could feel his discomfort, but I know my son and I knew he would get focused and do the work. Since he was really feeling the heat now, Jace had to seriously step up his game. He drove to Santa Barbara to see his college roommates, and a bunch of them went snowboarding for 4 days, just as they do together every year. When the 4-day weekend was over, he stopped back in Santa Barbara before coming home, and he happened to walk into a surf shop. All of a sudden, he saw the top surfboard fin designer in the world, who also just happened to be there. They started talking, and before long the designer told Jace, "I'm looking for an engineer to design surfboard fins. We are going to revolutionize the industry together. I need him for 6 months to a year, and he can run his own show, do whatever he wants. All I care about is ending up with a high-quality product." You know how this story ends. Jace got the job, with a 1-year contract that he can renew at any time. He makes more money now than he did in his other job. He loves his new career because of his passion for surfing. Sometimes he texts me and says, "I can't believe they pay me to show up and do this." He's his own boss, he can work from wherever he wants to, and he gets to go surfing to try out all the fins. He's in love with life. He didn't have to send a resume, he didn't have to make a phone call or write an email, and he didn't have to go anywhere to interview or fill out an application. The experience found him. When we become nobody, no one, no thing, nowhere, and no time, we are taking our attention off all the distractions in our outer world that keep us from being present with the unified field of intelligence that is within us and all around us. We are turning inward and being present with a consciousness that is always present with us. The moment we line up with that omnipresent consciousness, as if we were looking directly in a mirror, it looks back at us, and it can finally reflect what we show it that we want. The longer we linger in this place of nothing material and invest our attention and energy into it, the closer we move to the unified field. And when we are at the altar of infinite potentials, when we change our energy, we change our lives. As we move toward it and trust in the unknown, without returning our awareness to the material world of the senses and three-dimensional reality, we experience more oneness and wholeness within. That process begins to fulfill our lack, our separation, our duality, our disease, and our fractured personalities. Our biology becomes more whole as we become more whole. After all, when we are whole, there simply is no lack. Nothing can be missing. At that point, we are simply observing what already exists in the quantum field of all possibilities or potentials, and bringing it to life with our attention and our energy. So now I have to ask you, what experience is out there in the quantum field waiting to find you?